Hey folks, this is Brad with PCMac.com, and today we're going to show you how you can kind of learn Bootstrap by yourself. We're going to be diving into some of the code, but understanding how to learn new technologies by just looking at documentation is a very important skill to have as even a beginning web developer. So we'll want to go to Bootstrap's documentation. You can just head to getbootstap.com, and then you can click on the Components tab in the navigation bar here. So as you can see, Bootstrap has quite a bit of documentation, and we will actually go to the this one. So we'll go use this Jumbotron component as an example. So when you're, just I guess with Bootstrap, you're just trying to figure out how things work, this documentation is extremely helpful. There's a description, what it does, and then there's an example, and then there's a code sample of how to insert it. And so by looking at this code, you can kind of see how it works with other code and how it affects the project as a whole. And then the most important part is inserting it into your own project and figuring out how it works with your own website. So since we have Bootstrap already in our project, as we've showed you to do in the last video, we can go here, and from this we can see that the Bootstrap class we need is just called Jumbotron, so we'll just add that into our project by doing a opening tag, typing in div space class equals quotation marks and then Jumbotron, and then we will want to close that div under all this content. Then we'll save, and then I have the project on my desktop here, so we'll just open it up with Safari. It's taking a strange amount of time to load. Should be instant. Yep, okay, so here it is. We haven't styled it or anything, but as you can see, applying that Jumbotron class adds a sort of a viewport for your content. Just like it says here, a lightweight, flexible component that can optionally extend the entire viewport to showcase key content on your site. So it's basically a way to highlight important content. So that's what you can take from, say, code samples like that. But I really encourage any beginning developer to go through documentation like this and just try and figure out how it works for yourself, because you're not always going to have the Google or the internet to teach you how to do something, especially if you're working with a brand new technology where there isn't a whole lot of information on it from years past and so on. So I really encourage you to go to Bootstrap's documentation and just go through and figure out how code works in your own projects, and you'll actually find out that this is actually a great way to learn, because you're diving into it and just getting it to work yourself and seeing how that all comes together. There are, of course, plenty of YouTube videos and tutorials if you get stuck, and so you don't have to just make yourself exclusive to the documentation, but it is a good idea to try and figure out things on your own for learning web development, at least, or even becoming better at it in your hobby or whatever. So that's really all there is to it. Just whenever you get stuck, the documentation is extremely helpful. Even without the descriptions, just looking at the code and how it all fits together is helpful and provides a lot of clarity. So that's all there is to that. I've been Brad with PCMac.com, and until next time.